Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal career mode on FIFA 19. We are on episode 7 and I did actually record this Liverpool game, as you can see on the screen there, but for some reason it didn't actually record, if that makes sense, on the Elgato. So we've actually missed out on that game. We did win it 2-0. So the first action that we're actually going to be covering today is Europa League game taking on Bromby. Now 3 teams currently sit on 6 points, as you see in the standings there, and then there's 1 team with 0. So it is still very risky here. If we don't get the 3 points today, there is a chance that we may not even qualify. So we've got to pick up the victory today against Bromby, get ourselves up to 9 points. That will leave a 3-point gap between ourselves and Bromby themselves actually. So fingers crossed we can go out there. We do have a slightly lesser squad than the normal Premier League team. We've got Nketiah playing in the striker role alongside Lacazette, I believe it is. Yeah, there he is. Alexander Lacazette and Nketiah playing as the 2 strikers. Now I think there's a couple of other youngsters in there. SMITH-ROWE maybe playing on the left side of midfield or maybe in the cam position. Guendouzi is in there, obviously a youngster. Torreira is in there. He's not so young. Well, he's not old, but he's not as young as some of the youngsters that we do have in the side. Socrates and Mustafa in defence. I think Peter Cech is the main man in goal. So I think more or less everybody else is the same. And Cech's the same because he's giving the ball away straight away there from the goal kick and almost conceding early on. Just over 7 minutes gone. Still is 0-0, but a couple of chances so far for Bromby. We need to concentrate at the back, otherwise this is not going to be a good day. And Guendouzi getting up high, getting that one clear, but only as far as Bromby player. And they've got a chance to whip this one back in. Good defensive work there from Arsenal. And it was Lucas Torreira actually winning the ball back there for the Gunners. So just under half an hour played here at the Emirates Stadium. And Arsenal can't get themselves into this game for some reason. Again, it is Bromby on the attack on this near side this time. And that one stayed in play there. Here's Young, gets across in, headed on target, straight into the hands of Peter Cech. And we need to concentrate. I don't know what is wrong with the team right now. Oh no, what is up with Peter Cech right now? He's giving the ball away again, and this time he is going to be made to pay for it. He rolled it straight to the feet of the defender, but the defender, I don't know if the defender wasn't looking or it was just a poor ball from Peter Cech. But the attacker, he was on it right away. He steals it. Let's have a look. He rolls it. Should have been going straight to him, but the striker or the midfielder actually got in there and lobs Peter Cech to give them the 1-goal lead. And now Arsenal find themselves a goal behind. And to be honest, it's been coming. Half an hour played and Arsenal can't get themselves into the game. Bromby have attacked constantly since the start of the match, and they're on the attack again here early on in the second half. And are they going to double their lead? Hopefully not. Cross comes in far post. There is Peter Cech making a save with his one hand. And now maybe a chance here for Arsenal to counter-attack. Here's Lucas Torreira then for the Gunners. Poor ball there from him. Goes straight into the path of the Bromby player. And look at them passing like Barcelona right now. And here's a Young. Halimi. Young again. Crosses. And shot is on target. Hits the woodwork. And Arsenal need to get this ball clear. Again going close there from Bromby. What is happening with us right now? For some reason, Bromby have turned into Barcelona and there's nothing that we can do about it. Maybe we can pull a goal back here though. No, we cannot. Good defensive work there from Bromby. Only as far as Iwobi. Iwobi gets his shot off. Did take a deflection on the way out though. So it is going to be an Arsenal corner. Young has actually been taken off there for Bromby, which is good news for us because he's been the dangerous one on that far side. And that one just actually, what's been given here? Is it a penalty or a free kick to Bromby? I think Arsenal have actually been awarded a penalty. Let's have a look at the replay. I didn't see what initially happened. He goes for the challenge and goes straight through the back of Mkhitaryan. So it is going to be a penalty kick here for Arsenal. A little bit of luck going our way at least. And it is going to be Alexander Lacazette who steps up. And he puts us back on level terms. There we go. 66.5 minutes gone. It's now Arsenal 1, Bromby 1. And hopefully we have enough, well, we do have enough time, but hopefully we can make them pay and try and get ourselves the winning goal. We should be the favourites, especially being at home, but all European games are going to be a tough. Look at the goalkeeper, just watched it go straight past him. So 1-1 it is. Lacazette getting his 3rd Europa League goal of this season, and hopefully we can push on and get the winning goals as I mentioned. But as you can see, time is running out now for both sides. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Nicely cleared away there from Arsenal, but back into the possession of Bromby. Here's Larson then. Now Kaiser. Looking to get the cross in. Cross comes in, but actually, was that a cross or was that a shot? It was heading towards goal, but there was Cech to hold on to it. Easy save in the end there for him. Now Alex Iwobi to Nketiah still on the pitch. He's playing the whole 90 minutes. I think Lucas Torreira cuts inside and just loses out there. There's nobody really helping him out, so he does lose possession. And now Bromby maybe have one last attack in their tank. Here is Tibbling then onto this near side from Mukhtar, who did get that first goal for them earlier on in the first half. And look at him again, passing like Barcelona, wide open in the middle, just inside the 6-yard box. A simple header, a wide open goal. And what is wrong with the Arsenal defence? They're just not gelling. The positioning is terrible, and of course Cech has had a terrible game straight from the off. And look at him just passing like Barcelona. Mustafi, I believe that is, and going walking straight through the middle of the Arsenal defence, leaving a massive gap. But it looks like Bromby are going to steal this one. What a shocking result this is going to be for Arsenal at home in Europa League. It's going to be our first defeat as well in Europe this season. So big result there for Bromby. That puts them top of the group stage, and maybe Arsenal down into third. So we could be going out of Europe if we don't pick up victories in our final 2 games. But before we can concentrate on that, let's get our next game over and done with. It is back in the Premier League, so some domestic action here for Arsenal. Hopefully a good performance. We are playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers, who we're actually playing for in our My Player career. So if you haven't checked that out, please do go ahead and do so. Let's see how we get on then. Arsenal back to a full strength squad. Aaron Ramsey back in midfield for the Gunners. Lacazette, he does get the start alongside Aubameyang, of course. Ozil playing just behind them. And Mkhitaryan playing in midfield as well. And hopefully, as I said, we can get ourselves back to winning ways. Horrible result that was in midweek. We don't want to be seeing any more of that. We haven't had the best of starts to the Premier League seasons either, so we need to start picking up a good run of form, get a bunch of wins as Arsenal go through here. Massive gap opens up, and Lacazette's shot was blocked there by the Wolves defence. Cracking defensive work actually there from Wolves. And Arsenal though still on the attack with a throw. Here is Aaron Ramsey. Lays it off in the middle for Mkhitaryan, who hits it. Goalkeeper makes a good save. Kolasinac trying to get in there, and in fact he's given away a free kick here for Wolves, and he's going to pick up a yellow card as well. So 20 minutes in, Kolasinac has got to be careful now for the rest of the game. So it is going to be a free kick then to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Still 0-0 here at the Emirates Stadium, given straight away back into possession of Arsenal. Here's Lacazette, lays it off to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan, low-driven effort, and inside the goal, in the far post, or the near post for us, but it was a far post effort from Mkhitaryan. It hits the base of the post, bounces into the back of the net, and Arsenal do break the deadlock finally with a cracking goal there from Mkhitaryan. Doesn't score many goals, but there is the first one of the game. It's his second of the Premier League season, and I'm sure he will get 1 or 2 more before the season is out. So into the second half we'll go then. Still leading by 1-0. Cross is there, but Arsenal are going to get this ball clear. Thankfully, here's Mesut Ozil. Now Lacazette for the Arsenal. Mkhitaryan, the goal scorer, out wide there for Bellerin. Back through the middle. Arsenal want to go. Aubameyang lays it off to Mkhitaryan, who hits it, and that one flies into the top corner, but it is not going to count. The linesman flag is up. He was offside as that ball was played through, so unlucky. Mkhitaryan, it was a cracking finish, you have to say that, but it doesn't count. So score remains 1-0. There is going to be a change here as well for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So 1-0 it is. Also still leading at least. As long as we can just hold on to the 1-goal lead, I'll be happy just to end it with 3 points in the bag. And of course we're trying to get ourselves back to the top of the table, back where Arsenal belong. But as you can see, it is Wolverhampton Wanderers on the attack, looking to get the cross in. Cross doesn't come in, but the shot does, and that is just wide of the Arsenal goal. Did it take a deflection though on that way through? I don't think it touched the defender or the second defender, and it didn't touch the goalkeeper either. Leno back in goal, especially after Cech's terrible week in Europa League. I think we're going to stick with Leno all the way through, even in Europa League games. We'll have to wait and see if Cech can get himself into some decent form. But Arsenal looking for a second goal late here. It doesn't look like it's going to come. But Arsenal do end today's episode with a victory and 3 points in the bag.